Here on the courthouse lawn in Greenville, Kentucky, prepared to bring you the Greenville Story, presented by the Parent Teachers Association of Greenville. This is in celebration of the 150th anniversary of Greenville, the sesquicentennial. Started early today with a big parade, continued all through the afternoon, and will continue tomorrow and Sunday. But the Greenville Story is practically ready to get underway. Your narrator for the Greenville Story will be Mr. J.E. Wood.
Thank you, Ed Brewer. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The PTA presents the Greenville Story. This is not a history lesson. It is rather an invitation to remember how long there has been a Greenville, that for 150 years now, people have been living and working here through good times and bad, peacetime and war. They have known our great trees, climbed these hills, and called this Greenville home. To remember how much we owe to those who have been here before us, the toil and hardship of the pioneers who founded that first settlement in the wilderness, the struggle in frontier days to establish a law-abiding community, the troublous times in this borderland between North and South during the Civil War. Remember, too, that there have always been ideals of justice symbolized by our courts, the fear of God that built our churches, the hope for a better life that has given us our schools. Not all the people who have lived in Greenville became famous or affluent. Only a few did that. But all have had their part in the town's development. Whether they ran a business, reared a family, or built our buildings, all have made their contribution. We would remember and honor them all. And to help us thus remember, we are trying tonight to recreate scenes from Greenville's past, to relive for a little while days long gone. These are not necessarily the most important things that have happened. We are showing no court sessions, no organization of banks, or voting of bond issues. Instead, we have chosen to portray events that have become legends, about which parents have told their children, and they, in turn, have passed the story on. We have called it the Greenville Story, but we are using the name in an idea and in a sense that Hollywood never thought of. This does not attempt to be a complete review of Greenville's long and colorful history. It is rather a series of glimpses into the past, and each scene is according to the Greenville story of that occurrence. Each is a story that has been told and retold among us. Each is the Greenville story of that period in her history. But before we turn time back to 1799 and the lights go up on our first scene, we have an acknowledgement to make. To Otto A. Ropus, author of A History of Muhlenberg County. This pageant is in large part based on his history and could not have been written without it. We are grateful to Mr. Ropus that he not only preserved for us the essential facts of our history, but recorded the interesting details as well. The time is June of the year 1799, and here are Colonel and Mrs. William Campbell, as they might have been seen in that month and year, looking over a small clearing on the high ground of their land. They had offered to give this section of their land to the newly organized county of Muhlenberg as a place for the county seat. Probably they are discussing the advantages of this location for the new settlement. It is high. They feel it will be helpful. There are 2 springs nearby and 2 well-worn trails cross near what will doubtless be the public square. They may be saying that young Allie McLean, who has lately come out from North Carolina, will survey the land and decide on the exact location for the courthouse square and the site for the new log courthouse.